Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks DIY Garage. Well, as you can see behind me, this is the rear end of my truck. I'm going to do the rear end and the front end, lubricant change, as well as right now I'm going to be doing the pinion seal in this. Now, up front I'm going to say, never done this before, have not really got much of a clue, and there's not much out there on this. This is a 14 bolt. And this is one of those things where you need to do more research than just watch this video, but this will give you a pretty good idea of how I'm going to do it, and a few precautions I'm going to take to try and not screw things up. You do this wrong and you can really screw things up. Oh, no. Alright, so I got a 7/16 wrench, and that's what we're going to use to take off the drive shaft here. Now, this could be a metric version of this. I don't know. I tried using my ratchet part, and I can't get a box end on there, so open end it is. I'm gonna go see if I can get a thinner box end somewhere in a drawer that I don't know about. This seems like it'll be thin one here. There we go. Just kicks and giggles. This is an old, just USA made Craftsman, and honestly that'll fit too. That's the one downside about these gear wrench ones, is they're very thick. Now I have an old strap here. I'm just putting across here for now. I'm not even going to do it all that tight, so that this can drop a little bit or move a little bit, but this will hold it from falling on my head, hopefully. Right. So we got these loosened up. Now I've checked my U-joint. You should probably do that as well. Mine seems to be in pretty good shape, but if you feel like you're going to need to change them out, now would be a good time to do that. Okay, now here's the part I'm not sure about. If this has movement in it, it appears to have movement in it, so I should be able to push this back. I'm going to go get a little hammer and start knocking on this a little bit, but first I want to make sure that these caps don't pop off. So I got some electrical tape here, which is a fairly small size, and I should be able to kind of put that over this and catch the edge of that for now. Hopefully that'll kind of keep things from flying where I don't want until I get it off of here. There's some rust in here. And I'm going to go to the other end and see if I can put a pull on it. Well, I wish I would have been filming two things. I jacked up the truck because it just didn't seem like this was going to go any further forward, because it was kind of bottomed out up there on the slip joint. And as I was jacking it up, this actually just clean popped out of here, which is good for me. And very lucky that I put this strap on here. Otherwise it would have plumb fell out, and I would have been wondering what was going on after I woke up after my head got bonked. Anyways, so this popped off of here. Luckily also the tape didn't work, but these didn't come off. I am going to find my tape. This one here. Hopefully, hang on. And that is that. Now I should be able to pull this over. Stick over the side and access. I have not moved this or this, and I probably should have done this before, but I'm going to mark a mark up here so I know that that is the top, and I'm actually going to put a T, and that's just my top. Where I started with the top, it's actually kind of upside down to the actual top, but that's beside the point. I also put a mark on the drive shaft here to know that this is where it's supposed to be. I haven't really moved anything, so I'm not too worried about it. But these are balanced out, and that kind of stuff. So you want to try and get things back into where they are. Regardless, I'm marking it the best I can. And then the next thing I'm going to do is actually, I don't know if this will stay on, but I'm going to mark this all the way around here. So I marked this with yellow pen. I don't know if I got this yellow marker thing, so that I know if I turn this in when we're tightening it, that is where I need to stop. Whether or not that'll stay on there and keep my marks, I don't know, but I'm gonna try and do several things to get this back exactly where it is. Now, beyond that, marking this, I'm also know that that's the top. I'm also going to put on this nut the T for the top, and that is going to go right here. I put kind of a V so that the tip of this is with the tip of this. Hopefully that'll all stay there. So when I start tightening this, I know when I get to that point, that's probably where I need to stop once I'm there. Might as well kind of mark this. I don't know if I need to do that, but I'm going to put a mark up there as well. I actually picked this up at a garage sale a while back. I don't know how accurate it is, probably not very, but that doesn't really matter to me. My thing is, and this is 1.5 inches, and I've actually necked it down from 1/4 inch to 3/8, 3/8 to half to 3/4. That's what I got to deal with. But anyway, 1.5 inch socket fits on here. It is, yet again, a little bit loose, so this might be a metric, I don't know, but it's what I got, so I'm going to go with it. And I am going to have to move this out of the way a little bit more, I think, and we'll see. I'm going to rotate this. I'll put this back at the top again here. And there's 10, right about 10 inch-pounds on this is what it seems to be. I can get it more than that, but I mean, once it gets going, it doesn't want to give more than that. So I'm just going to kind of do it real slow. And I know 10 to 11 inch-pounds at that speed. And we're earplugs. Darn me, I am so horrible about that, and my ears are shot, so now they're just ringing like crazy. But I'm hoping, yeah, that should just come off like that. I'm gonna clean this stuff up really good. Right. So that is now off. The marks appear to be kind of there. It really doesn't look like it goes much past the very tip of this, which is kind of strange because I've seen ones in videos where they're quite a bit further back, so I don't know. Hopefully somebody else didn't do this and do it wrong before me, but it's gonna go. And here's the seal. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it is the one that I bought. So before I pull anything out, I'm gonna go grab that. So I grabbed the seal, and it does look the same. It's just I actually bought this quite a while ago. I believe I got it off Amazon, but it's been so long ago I don't know. There is the numbers. Let's see if you can see this. Alright, so there's the numbers and what I found. This is a 10.5 inch 14 bolt. I don't know what the gear ratio is. So I got an assortment of things to pry this out with. Problem is getting under here and actually pulling it out. I don't have one of those seal pullers, and I don't even know if it'd work in here very well. So I'm going to, I got a couple different ideas. So I'm going to start out with some tools I have here and see how hefty this is. You want to be careful you're not nicking things up around the edges here, but there's definite lip around this seal on the back here. You can get up underneath this lip. Another way you can do it, but I kind of worry about drilling down into here because I don't know what's behind it. And this won't even fit. So actually I'd have to drill into this one. This might actually work. I'm going to try something that I think will be easier first. And then, but if you don't want to do this or don't have that little tool, which is a cheap tool I got at a pawn shop, you can definitely, we'll be able to get it that way. So we'll see. So I got my drill bit here with some grease on it just to keep any shavings from going in anywhere I don't want them. Whoa. Well, that might have not worked well. We'll have to see when I get in there. I'm going back now. If I can get this. Sometimes you can get this just to go right in, but without drilling. But this one was pretty hard. And there isn't anything back here. I already kind of felt back there, I can tell. There's nothing back there. We'll see. There you go. It is a very easy way of doing it. I have some cardboard below me, but I do not have a pan. Now I gotta see if I screwed anything up in here. There's definitely a few little shavings in here that we definitely need to make sure we're getting out. But that is a really easy way to get seals out. You just gotta be probably more careful even than I was. I'm not seeing any problems here. I don't even see any. I think I just went up and hit on that a little bit. So now I've cleaned this up. Definitely a little bit of a nick right there, but not from anything I did because I was drilling in this area. So there's a little nick and a little nick here, and I don't know where they came from or if they were originally there. I think somebody's been in this rear end, unfortunately, and I don't know as they knew everything they were supposed to be knowing. So I got some of this stuff, gear oil gasket maker, and it's specialized for the differentials here, and I don't know as it's needed nor even should I do this, but I'm going to anyway. Put a little slather of this around here, just for my peace of mind that hopefully we won't have any problems there, because I do see, like I said, I see a couple of nicks that were put in this thing at some point that could be part of what is leaking on this. And hopefully this will take care of some of that. Plus, it might actually help it go in at first and then stick it in there. It might be a real pain in the butt to get out next time though. Therein lies the problems with these types of things. And the dog's gonna bark right when I get to where I can't stop filming. And what I need is something I can put over the top of it, but the problem is that you can't get something over it, so there we go. Alright, well that's working. Trial and error. More error than trial, unfortunately. Oh, where that just squeezed out a little bit there. Alright. I'm happy with that. Yet again, you are responsible for your own safety as well as your own knowledge of how to do things. I'm one of those people, I always try something at least once before I decide whether or not I'll do it again. And now that I've done it, I would do this again. I just know a little bit more how to do it right off the bat now. I put a little bit of Marble Mystery Oil up here because that's what I got. And see if that helps maybe navigate this around. Hopefully it's just a tight fit. And let's see, I'm not sure. I very well may have bought the wrong gasket here. Not a very good block of wood that I have, but there we go. Don't know if it's ruined and you can't see anything. It's moving in there. Alright, now here's the other thing. I have no idea where this ended or started at, so I don't know if that's actually going to be an accurate figure. I should have, before this completely came off, I should have stopped to see where this was in relation to kind of thing. Right. So I'm going to take this and just slowly start putting it on. Alright, I think I went too far. Well, YouTube, as you can tell, this has kind of gone off the deep end here, and instead of showing you a bunch of this might be, this maybe is, I'm going to stop it here. I did the pinion seal correctly. I showed a couple of tricks on easier way of pulling them out, and this came off with no problem at all. I see a lot of people end up having a lot of difficulty getting this off. Mine just popped right off, which yet again leads me to believe that this probably isn't tight enough still, maybe even. The other thing is I have found more information on what I need to do to make sure this is right, and part of that is taking this whole section out and checking the inch pounds with it out of the truck. I think that this was set in the truck for the way you're supposed to do it, which is actually take this whole section, you take these bolts out and this whole thing comes out and you test it that way. I'm going to have another video on that because I need to do that. That's my next step I'm going to do, instead of trying to just run it the way it is or trying to figure it out inside here, because there are so many different things that people will say about these that it's almost impossible to find information on what this should be. But I'll have more information on that in my video for pulling this off. Well, YouTube, we have a issue here. This is the original pinion seal, and I remember saying it kind of looked different, but it looked close. So, and it went in there, so I was happy with it. But if you'll remember, I had a whole bunch of trouble. I had a kind of smack on the pinion saddle part there, and had trouble getting it on there. Well, I've been messing with this pinion now. I have it pulled out, so go watch that video if you need to do more of setting one of these up. This is the seal that I put in this video, and it is the wrong one, even though it says it'll work in my truck. It says it's for a 10.5. I'm not trying to use a 9.5 inch pinion seal in a 10.5. This says it's for the 10.5, but it does not work. So this is the one that you need. Hopefully you can see this. It's a Timken. Now, don't everybody yell out there how, oh yeah, Timken's the best, it's American made. This is a Timken made in Taiwan right there. And I don't know if that's the number, the 710508. If that's there's no other numbers on here as far as where it goes. Here's a number here. There you go. So there's the number inside the box there. I have no idea what numbers you need, but buy the Timken one. It looks, I have it set up in there already. It looks identical to this one. It has this little lip right here, and when I went to put that pinion saddle on, it went bloop right in there. No problems. I didn't have to force it on, and I don't have this finished right now, but I mean, it's turning way better than it was. So I just wanted to make sure that for this particular 14 bolt in my truck, that seal does not work with the 10.5 inch ring gear. Again, sorry to make this long video even longer, but I really think this information needs to be out here if you're working on a 14 bolt. Thanks for watching Junkworks Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and obviously master of none. You all have a good one.